Again, a hard-fought battle against a well-coached football team with a lot of talent. I thought as the game went on, that first quarter, it showed just the talent that both teams had with the back and forth. They had a couple of 3-and-outs, and we was able to get our passing game going because they, ganging up in the box on us, going to take away the run, which most teams have. But the night was the night our passing game came along. We was able to connect on some passes, getting them from playing behind, which put the pressure on their offense to do things a little different than what they've done before. But we knew that this was a team, was a come from behind team after watching them against A&M, closing the gap and almost having an opportunity to win that game. We knew that team wouldn't give up. Coach Sims and I, very good friends, fraternity brothers, talk all the time. And I knew his team would come out fighting, and we just wanted to be able to make one more play than they made. But again, I think it's a great SWAC contest. Definitely is with the new addition of Bethune into our conference. It's really going to get some things up and going. That even though that team is 0-4, that's not an 0-4 football team. They had a couple of breaks here and there. You were looking at a team that's easily 2-2 or 3-1. So head goes off to them and traveling mercies. But we'll take the win and we'll get ready for Florida A&M.
Okay. Open the floor for questions.
When Ryan had to start like that, is that kind of what you envisioned, when you get him to start in the spring?
Well, you know what? It's the maturing that he's been able to do from the spring. We went into the spring. We thought he left a lot of plays out there, but he's really has taken ownership of the offense. Before practice, after practice, holding guys back, more communication, things that he wasn't doing in the spring. And the addition of Coach White has really helped him. Coach Moncrief did a great job with Ryan as well. So he's had probably two of the best quarterback coaches in black college football. And it's just what he's able to put out there on the field is pretty much just good talent and good coaching on their behalf.
That fade ball that he had for the touchdown, and then the next everything came back, went the other way. Is that something that you guys can kind of hold on to for a few weeks, and knowing that, hey, we can kind of show that for a time?
Well, everybody gets film in exchange, and we were looking in the film exchange and saw where they pressed the inside slot, and we knew that if they're going to plus us in the box, that it would leave them kind of thin at the secondary level. Would help, so that's why we did movement and those kind of things. But the inside fade ball was pretty much something that we had put in because of the way that they had played and what they had showed on the film.
What else?
How much did the bye week help you guys regroup and learn from your mistakes from last week or from the week before?
And you go from playing Auburn, and before the past we didn't have a break, and now we had about 6 guys that had ankles and all those kind of things coming out of that kind of game with a FBS opponent. We needed those 14 days to recover. If we don't get those 14 days, you're probably looking at a different outcome than what we had tonight. We was able to get a lot of guys that didn't practice at all the bye week because of their ankles and the shoulders, and we was able to get them back on Wednesday. And once we got them back on Wednesday, we was able to get them into the scheme, and they played tonight.
We talked about it before. How encouraging is it that Jeremiah can really step up as the number 1 receiver option? You guys lost him too.
You know what? After losing 2 receivers and a quarterback coach in the spring after spring, and now you're trying to replace go-to guys like a Mike Jefferson and a Jahad Booker. Again, I was nervous coming into the fall of who's going to step up and take the challenge. Jeremiah called me on the phone and said, "Coach, get me the ball. I'm that guy." And he hadn't let me down. Every time he comes to the sideline, it helps him. He's more of a communicator, and he wants the football. And when we game plan, we try to find ways to get him the ball as well as some other guys.
You got a question, Doug?
Coach, how do you feel about the defensive play this game, with getting the forced fumble towards the end of the game and that interception?
You know what? It was good to see us come together as a full team. The defense has been carrying the load for us a long time, holding people to 7 and 9. And offense, been kind of struggling to get to that position where we're scoring points. And tonight, The defense, you know, was a bend but don't break, and you know, 24 points is more than what we're accustomed to with that defense. But it was good to see the offense step up and say, okay, I got you back, and then special teams not having any breakdown. So today was a full showing of Alabama State football team. Is that we're strong enough that we can find ways to win.
What else? Appreciate it. James, you got one? James?